Citizens wishing to speak, Mr. Dennis Decker. Dennis is not coming?
Yeah, I'm right here. But Tom will speak for us this morning.
Okay,
So we'll make it easy on you.
Okay, we have Tom Morris, Rick O'Neill is not speaking. You're not speaking? Tom, Richard Smith is not speaking. Tom speaking.
That doesn't mean you get 20 minutes, Tom. Like that,
How
sure.
about two?
Okay, I thought that's what you were going for.
No, not today. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'm just here today at the meeting. We appreciate the opportunity to make a few comments. We were originally scheduled to be here to make some comments about a rezoning application for the New Georgia community. That was withdrawn yesterday, but we still wanted to make a few comments this morning. We appreciate all the support we've had from our community. Hundreds of people have supported us in our efforts to articulate the reasons that we should not have a rezoning in the New Georgia community. But we want to let you know that should that application be resubmitted later, many of us in the community, again hundreds, are prepared to speak out and articulate the reasons why that should not be approved. And we will do so before the Board of Commissioners and the Planning Commission. We have several people here from New Georgia today, so if you're here from New Georgia area, if you raise your hand, we would probably have 100 or so here today, and with a number of people already here, that would have presented a real problem. But again, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and we will follow your meetings very closely and be as supportive as we can, and hope you'll be supportive of us in the future. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Next we have Ms. Cathy Helms.
Good morning. This is getting to be almost standard procedure. It seems
Your
like.
voice is better this
Much
time.
better, thank you. And I haven't prepared a written speech. I'm talking to you as a citizen, as a voter, about some of the things that happened with Resolution 1408. I come from a military family. My father, my grandfather, my uncles all served in World War I, II, Korean War, Vietnam. My son spent 8 years as a jet engine mechanic during Operation Desert Storm on the USS Independence. I have a niece that's leaving to join the Coast Guard on April 3rd of this year. So, very familiar with the military, support it very strongly. And I know the military wants to be a good neighbor because they care about people, they care about the citizens. In less than 4 hours, you guys jumped and took care of that and handled them being able to come back to the Paulding County Airport. That was awesome. Absolutely incredible that you did that in 4 hours. Yet, we've come here month after month after month to talk to you about what's going on. Do we matter? Does it really matter what we have to say? I know that you're capable of jumping and doing things. We left here and you left them with an understanding that you were going to be contacting the airport authority about a memorandum of understanding. I went to the airport meeting on March 19th, and they just kind of decided that they wanted to do each one individually, creating yet more mounds of paperwork, more stuff for us citizens have to do open records requests to see this. I have 2 of them here that were, I'm trying to do an open records request. One of them's not even dated. The IVA and the airport authority are not elected. We've heard stuff about them today. You are. You're the only way that the citizens have to voice what they're feeling. We elected you to represent us. When you sit on those boards, you are supposed to be representing the citizens on those boards. You're my voice as a citizen. The funding comes for all those boards, comes from the taxpayers, does it not? That's where we the taxpayers pay the funding. And we expect you to represent us on those boards, the Airport Authority, the Industrial Building Authority. And I think there was some discussion that with the steering committee, which is phenomenal, I'm glad to hear that. Because yes, it does appear that the authorities have power over the Board of Commissioners and the citizens, of which we have very little input, the citizens. Without funding these authorities, they can't do anything. The money comes from us. Now let's talk a little bit about the airport and the commercialization. I understand, and I think that everybody here and most people understand, that all of the things that we're asking for as citizens and that you're asking for can be done with the general aviation airport. I don't understand the huge push for commercialization. We can bring in business, we can bring in jobs, we can have a very successful general aviation airport. I don't think many people would be opposed to that at all. I just don't understand the push for commercialization. We have Chattahoochee Tech here. We have Southern Polytech not far away. We have West Georgia in Carrollton. We have some awesome schools right here that our citizens and that our children attend here from Paulding County. My own child went to West Georgia and Chattahoochee Tech. Let's look beyond airports and aviation and maybe look at other things that would create jobs in the high-tech field with people that, and we can bring those into that industrial park at the airport. We don't have to have all aviation related. I thought that was the original plan, was to bring in an industrial park at the airport. And somehow that seems to have gotten lost. You've been elected to represent us. Can you give us the same consideration and sense of urgency that you did the military with Resolution 1408? Your job is to do the day-to-day operations of the county, not create jobs, build airports, or movie studios. Let the private sector do what it does best, and that's create jobs. Thank you.
That's the conclusion of our meeting. Do I hear a motion to go into executive session for litigation and personnel?